Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. Today's going to be a little bit different of a video. I'm going to show you how to catch stock trout. Now this method is using power bait setup. So basically this is going to be a complete guide. I'm going to show you, hooks, rod, line, what type of power bait I use, type of leader. So hopefully this will help you get on some more fish, and yeah, stay tuned. Alright, so when it comes to stock trout fishing, I'd say either go with a medium light rod like this one. It's a nice light 7-foot rod. And then what I typically have been going with this season is this micro light 4.5-foot rod. Not that it's any better, it's just I like the fights on this. It's a lighter rod, so the trout are going to put up more of a fight on it. Alrighty guys, so for the line I like to use, I'd say don't go like over a 10-pound braid, at least for stock trout. I think this is 6-pound braid on here, so I can get a pretty good cast on it. So what you want to do is you got your weights right here. So these are 1/2 ounce egg sinkers. So you put that on the braid, leave it free to slide, and then you put that right above the swivel here. So this is just your typical rolling swivel. And then I have a leader right here. Now this is about maybe like 2.5–3 feet. It's pretty good for early season. So for leader, this leader is actually a little heavy. I think it's like 6 or 8 pound. I would say like probably go 4-pound leader. I'm on a filament, and then that's the power bait I got right there. We'll talk about that in a minute. But for hooks, I usually like to go with size 6 or size 8. Now it's kind of personal preference. If you're not getting good hook sets on 6, go to 8, but usually they end up swallowing the power bait anyway. So what we're using are these power bait floating power bait eggs. Now my favorite colors are chartreuse, or like this is chartreuse and green, pink or red. And now I also have had some success with orange, but I've seen guys throw white and brown. I mean, the color doesn't matter too much, but I would say pink and chartreuse are the best. So what I've actually done down here, what I like to do, I don't know if a lot of guys do this, but I actually put 3 on, and the one on top is a different color. So I mean, that's just what I've had luck with, tipping it with a different color. I don't know if that kind of gets their attention better, but that's typically how I put them on the hook. I like to cover most of the hook, and yeah, it's a pretty simple setup. So I just got my 6-pound braid, swivel onto the leader, sliding weight above. I'd say don't go any more than like 3/4 ounce on the weight. You want, when the trout pick it up, if it's too heavy of a weight, they're gonna spit it quick. So we go from the braid with a weight to the swivel to the leader, size 6 to 8, small hook, 2 or 3 pieces of power bait. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the water real quick. Okay, so the whole point of this setup, let me bring it a little closer. So there's that weight, right? There's the leader and the swivel. So you cast it out, the weight's gonna stay on bottom, and the reason you have the leader is to float that power bait up. So if we get a little deeper here, hopefully you can still see it, but basically however long your leader is, that's how high the power bait's gonna float up. So usually what I like to do, early season, you don't need too long of a leader. That's about a couple feet, right? When it gets later, if you're fishing like late April, early May, the weeds start to come in. Sometimes I'd go up to like a 4-foot leader just so it gets above those weeds. Real quick, I'll show you all the labels and stuff. Exactly what I'm using here. I don't think I did that. So the leader, it's a little heavy again. I'd go 4 or 6 pounds. And this is actually garlic. Sometimes I like to put one garlic one on, add some scent, right? Just power bait floating eggs. But yep, swivels, hooks, size 6 and 8. Just any small hook will work. All right, one last point here. So since I went over the setup, we're gonna talk about what to look for on the water when you're casting. So for stock trout, I find that they don't like to be in the weeds. So when I'm casting out, if I'm reeling in like weeds every single cast, I'll usually try and find a different spot where it's more sandy. And Also, I'd say recast every 10 to 15 minutes. If you're not getting a bite in one spot, it's probably because there's no trout in that area. And look for the deeper pockets. So basically, cast every 10 to 15 minutes, no bites, move. If you're getting bites, stay in that area. Look for sandy bottoms in the deeper pockets. That combined with, you know, the right setup like we went over earlier in the video, you should be able to get on these stock trout. All right, guys, thanks for watching. It's kind of a new type of video, so let us know down below if you want to see any other tutorials on how we're catching some of these fish. Also, if you have any other questions on stock trout fishing or just fishing in general, let me know. I'll answer them. And yeah, stay tuned for more awesome videos. Catch you next time. Peace.